So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this episode's reveal out of the way right away here. What is the first Transformer? Well, let me introduce you to the one and only Jetcoon, a robot who wears the title of First Transformer right there on the middle of his chest. Roll the intro! Welcome back to the first episode of Romp for your 2023 season, everybody, where in this episode I show you that yes, I am not beyond reviewing toys designed for 1 to 3-year-olds. In all seriousness, I actually wanted a Jetcoon for my collection for a while. While he may not be historically the first ever Transformer ever conceived, I think that goes to like G1 Diaclone Sunstreaker, or like the 1975 Diecast Raideen if we really get into technicals. But Jetcoon is, as far as I'm aware, among the first toddler line of Transformers. Sometimes in current year of collecting, I think that some, and I say this mainly with chug collectors in mind, but some of us forget that these robots we buy are indeed still toys. Toys aimed at a collector demographic now more than ever, sure, but they're still toys. Hasbro for quite a while here has usually had a few lines aimed at a more adult collector market, and a few lines aimed at a much younger children's demographic market. Up until recently, that was the Cyberverse toy line for the young ones, and the collector lines like Generations and Studio Series are still going super strong today for your adult collectors. But what about all the way back in the G1 days? I'm talking like 1984-86 here. When all toys were intended for kids. Well, in 1986, we got what I think was the first ever serious age divide between toy lines for Transformers, and that was with the introduction of the first Transformers, or later named the My Transformers in Japan, toy line. It was a set of just three, incredibly simple Play School brand bots, featuring bright colors, dead simple transformations, and some really weird faces, like really weird, ugly faces. Out of those three, we have here in front of ourselves today, the jet-shaped one, who in America didn't get a name. He was just called Airplane. But I'll continue referencing him by his Japanese name, Jetcoon. Jetcoon is a very simple, kindergarten-colored gremlin with a design that just barely comes off as being a bipedal robot. Let's start our look off with the most attention-grabbing part, that weird faction badge on his chest. Jetcoon and his two ugly friends were the only ever Transformers to feature the first Transformer badge, for obvious reasons. It's this plush, stylized version of... honestly, it reminds me most of the 2001 RID Decepticon badge, which itself is actually just the 1993 G2 Autobot badge upside down. More you know. It's cute. Mine's a little scuffed, but I like the round edges and the implied cheeks. Honestly, I just think it's endearing that they got their own faction symbol at all. Jetcoon's thin, football-shaped torso is supported by his... flaps? They aren't really legs down there, they're just some sticking out feet from the wing mush, like a penguin. Like I said earlier though, it does just enough to imply the existence of legs. Look, it's for literal actual babies. I don't think they're gonna complain about, ooh, the lacking anatomy on my transforming robot jet. The target demographic can't even talk yet. The torso also houses a pair of wheels, one with a paddle gear piece. That connects into a small piece of plastic that's just a noisemaker for when he rolls around in jet mode. Sadly, mine has since snapped off, so it just free spins now. I actually really dig the design of Jetcoon's head. That two-layered, visory spaceman cone head shape he has does a lot for me. Compared to the other two first Transformers, I think he wins out in the head department, specifically because he wasn't trying to have a human-ish face. Like, seriously, what the hell is going on with Race-kun? He looks like he just spent the last 7 years sucking on lemons. Jet-kun's little visor face has some simple sticker detailing on the inside that varies slightly depending on what version you own. Jet-kun was released first in 1986 in America, then 87 in Japan, and reissued in 93 in America again. I think my version's visor denotes it as the 1986 variant, but it's hard to tell. There's not a lot of resources online about this trio. Jet-kun's neck, the neck? I guess this is the neck. The neck turns, but it doesn't move the face inside. It's some weird but not bad shoulder movement. The shoulders themselves are on ratchets that go up and down, and that's all you get when you're 3 years old. Sorry. I got pretty lucky with my copy of JK here. His whites are all still crisp, and his stickers are in not bad condition. He's a weird penguin of a robot with a space helmet and corn yellow arms, and honestly, I just really like his simple dumpy design. That design really hits its stride on the Japanese box art. Oh my god, he is so charming. He's just a football who wants to be your friend. I have so much time for this. Back to the toy itself. This dude is sturdy, like really sturdy. It's really interesting to me that this dude's already 37 years old because these are some heavy, baby-proof plastics. Jet-kun wouldn't feel out of place being released in current year, if you asked me. But this lump-ass robot mode is only half of the total package. Let's get this man transformed and check out the other half. Oh, good lord. This feels a little bit silly, considering that my last proper episode I was transforming MPG Shoki, who takes like a good 20-odd minutes to get between modes with like full focus. Jet-kun will transform into a jet in your hands by accident sometimes. Just... oops, he's done. Jet-kun has 4 transformation steps. You slide in his hands, you fold up his feet, you 180 the cabin, and you tuck the arms away into their pockets. Did you get all that? Were you keeping up? Well, if you were, you would have turned Jet-kun into a jet. Let's take a peek at this junior jet plane. Jet-kun's jet mode carries his robot mode simplicity and charm all the way through the other side of his hilariously simple transformation. Just enough parts move around and tuck away that it does feel like something happened here. I think it also helps that his robot mode was just barely a robot, so there wasn't a lot to try and hide anyways. You know, I'm not looking at this thing and saying, oh, there's a whole guy hanging off this. You know, it's actually a pretty nice, simple little baby plane. I don't even think I'd guess that there's a robot hiding in here, but I would be pretty suspicious that something's going on. That cockpit 180 is carrying the whole transformation. I love how the head on the one side gets hidden and a little spring-loaded pilot gets revealed on the other side. Lovely detail. We also get a pair of sculpted Playskool logos revealed in this mode by the wingbacks. They're the tops of the pockets that house the arms. Those arms might be a little uggo sticking out of the sides, but hey, at least they have some intake detailing on them. Hell, even the bottom of this jet is pretty clean, and the silly little wheels let him roll around really nice and smooth. Doubly so since I fucking broke part of it, but hey, trust me, you're not missing anything. It just made like a clicking sound. Here, let me simulate it for you with editing. See? Nothing to miss. His wings may be kinda short and small, but the shape of them is there, and there's no mistaking Jet-kun for anything else but a little stinky baby time airplane. Adorable. Jetcoon is actually a really fun little robot, even if I'm 23 odd years out from the target age group for him. But as a little ray of sunshine in my collection, I'm really happy I snatched one up. I wound up doing a full disassembly and deep clean on this guy when I got him. I always find some joy in restoring an old bot, even if that just means scraping off the thin veneer of grime that time has built up over them. Jetcoon's great. Who knows, maybe I'll even try to complete the whole trio someday too. He looks really goofy sitting beside my 3A Blitzwing, and you know what? Fuck it, I intend on keeping him in that display situation for a while. Thanks for tuning in to the first 2023 episode of Romp, everybody. I'm starting my YouTube year off with a bit of a weird one here, but I promise more normal robots are on the way too. I'll see y'all next episode. Dylan, out.